Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope you're having a great time. Blake here with the live stream. I had to dust off the odd stream machine, but it feels good to be back. Good to see so many people here, and I've also got a few for you in the behind the scenes. I won't keep them waiting, and I won't build suspense because you've all seen the thumbnail anyway. So I think we've got a really exciting panel today. We've got a representative from WA. We've got Lauren and Saltwater as well. We're hitting all the diversity markers here. We've got two Victorians because we just need to gang up on every other state. We got Bodgie here as well, and we can't forget about the sunny state either. We got Kaity here as well. So I'm really excited about this panel that we've got today. I think we should have a really good chat. And thanks all for joining me today. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for having us.
Not a problem.
It is about 4 a.m. I think in WA at the moment. So especially Lauren, thanks for that. That's awesome. And yeah, for today, there's no format or anything like that. We're just going to have a chat. We'll address the chat and all that. We're not going to ignore you lovely people. And I think we'll just have a good time. It's Christmas Eve here in the future for people in America. And yeah, it should be fun. Bodgie's excited. He's got Santa ready to go. But
yep.
Yeah,
so, I'm not going to say any more though.
So that's right. If you're not familiar, everyone's channels as well are linked in the description. Definitely check them all out. And I was thinking last night actually, it's pretty crazy. Like there's like 50,000 subscribers here on the screen right now. So I don't usually talk about that stuff, but that is just crazy to me to think all of us little Australians down on the bottom of the world here.
Exactly. Oh.
So is anyone doing anything today, or all the plans are tomorrow kind of thing? Like Christmas.
I need to do Christmas shopping. I've left that really last minute.
Oh my God, Kaity. What?
Yeah, no, I'm
one of the shopping centres. Oh yeah, no, you go for it.
If they what?
Oh no, Lauren was saying something.
Oh, is it delayed? Is it?
No, it's just Bodgie talking over the top of everyone. We get that. Also, I'm not mean to Bodgie. He's just like my little brother kind of thing. So I'd just be mean to him and he's okay with it.
But yeah, no, that's my only plan. Nice. It was my birthday yesterday, so I didn't want to do Christmas shopping yesterday.
Yes, happy birthday. Well, we did do a little bit of shopping for each other. I don't think we'll spoil the surprise yet, but we thought it's a bit of fun. So we are familiar with each other loosely through YouTube, a bit like everybody else. When you watch people, you sort of think you know them and all that. But we thought it'd be a bit of fun to do a little KK as well, and see what ideas we could come up with. So we'll do that a little bit later. There's a few giveaways and things like that we have the option to do as well. So it's worthwhile definitely hanging around. There's hundreds of dollars of stuff on the line, so so don't click off or else. So I guess what was I going to say? What about, like, Bodgie, you came up with this good idea before when we were chatting sort of pre-stream about like reflecting on the year and things like that, and like what was everybody's favorite thing about maybe the hobby in general, what fish you got, what tank you set up, or whatever it is. Kaity, you set up.
I feel like all of those different questions deserve like different answers. So
just
I feel like
whatever comes to mind. Yeah.
We want to start off with what was like the biggest exciting thing that happened like for you in the hobby this year.
I like it. Shoot, we'll go.
I start?
I think everyone's screen's the same, so I guess should I start? I'm probably the host, so it probably makes sense to start.
Definitely.
For me, it was 2 years between drinks, but the underwater pet expo, I loved it. I haven't stopped thinking about it, to be honest. And branching out, the three of us, we all did our talks and things like that. That was pretty interesting. It was a good distraction as well to sort of keep things busy. Hopefully in future we can see you there as well, Kaity, or if there's one halfway in Sydney or something, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, no, I'd love to come down.
But you just...
I don't think I knew about it. I think that I only found out like a week before, and it was too far to go, like to organise flights and stuff with such.
What rock were you living under?
Wait, what did you say?
I said,
But
what
yeah, you
rock were you living under? Because you didn't hear about it.
I
You
just don't know.
You definitely need
Yeah.
comfy
Yeah,
shoes
Just,
and plenty of water and things like that, though, because you are just talking the whole time. Like it's awesome, but yeah, I had a blast with that. So that was definitely a highlight for me this year. Lauren, you're up. You're next in the Brady Bunch squares.
Yeah. I'd have to say, because I went to Reef Stock in Sydney and Pet Expo, they were definite highlights for me. But to say from just saying the exact same as what you just said, I've always wanted to have koi fish. So I got my first koi fish pond this year, and I'm absolutely loving it. They're slowly getting used to me going outside. So at first they used to be really skittish, and they're slowly getting used to me. And yeah, absolutely love it. There's little tiny things at the moment. So had a big koi fish upgrade, and yeah, I love it. So that was, along with going to the expos and all that, that's probably my highlight.
Yeah, that's a good one. Koi,
Yeah.
we're definitely jealous. We don't have those available
that's
to us
right.
here.
Yeah,
So,
I
Yeah,
find that
it sucks.
usually we in WA aren't allowed like everything. So
Yeah.
I'm like so glad I can at least have koi fish, but I can't believe, so many other places in Australia you can't. So anyway.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting how little things like that pop up. Like, admire my shrimp tanks up there. Look at them all; they're full of shrimp.
Yeah, and we're
But-
not allowed to shrimp over here. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Lots of people
that's a
do.
great one. Great one, yeah. And it's always a good thing to get more fresh water in everybody's house as well.
Yes.
I missed what happened. I don't know what happened. I think my internet connection dropped out.
We thought you just got too nervous for your turn coming up
Yeah.
next.
I gotta think of something. Oh my god.
I'm out.
We're talking about koi fish. Lauren set up a
Koi
koi.
fish. Oh, I love kois. We can't have them in Queensland.
You
Yeah.
can't either?
Oh, what is this?
Absolutely
Just
crazy.
Sydney and WA. Interesting.
Oh, damn.
So-
What about yourself, Katie? What was your key takeaway from 2020? Well, you sort of took off in 2022, didn't you? So
Yeah, it's like 2022 is like everything for me, aquarium related and YouTube related and everything. So like the whole year's just been amazing. It's been one of the best years ever. Like I've made so many videos for YouTube. I've met so many new people. I got like a new tank. I mean, I did have my water box tank last year, but like I really got it looking how I wanted it to this year as well. So yeah, it's been incredible.
awesome. You got you got Layla as well. She's
Yeah,
very
like,
exciting.
Yeah, my little bird. That's why my door's shut at the moment, because she probably wouldn't be quiet if she didn't really wake up here talking and she's not a part of it.
In our stream, you could just hear her just like on a regular interval, like every 5 seconds.
Would you? Oh, I didn't even
Yeah, it was
notice
before
that.
the stream. It was before the stream, but
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Just say it's the fire alarm or something, and you're so dedicated to the stream that you'll just ignore it.
But yeah, no, it's been, I can't even pick one thing. Like, I guess that the highlight of my year would probably be Jason. He has got his channel Australian Biotopes. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but he helped me to scape my peninsula tank. And we finished that off yesterday. And like, I absolutely love it. Like, it's so amazing what he's done. So I guess like I just fit in that highlight of the year, just right at the very end. But because I guess it was kind of working up to that the whole time, and now it's finally done. It's really amazing to see.
Yeah, Jason's super underrated. I've been following him for a few years. Actually, must have been around about COVID times. That's why I was supremely jealous as well, because I'd organised with Jason to go rainbow fish collecting, and then at the time he was dealing with some health things and his back was acting up. So we cancelled like on the day before or something. And in the comments I was like, that's supposed to be our trip, but I'm just glad he's healthy again. We'll go another time. We've got heaps of time.
Yeah.
We could totally organize like a huge like Avengers level meetup. All the fish tubers go like rainbow fish collecting.
We wouldn't see any fish though, because we'd all be splashing around, making noise.
Yeah.
But it would be a fun day. Yeah, I'd love to do something like that. And it was great, even see the scenery and all that sort of stuff. And I think, because I think most of us probably, America is like the largest portion of people who watch our stuff anyway as well. That's pretty cool for them to see as well, like nature and things outside the garage. You don't get a lot of Australian difference or flavor within the four walls, do you? Apart from species. So, yeah, it was awesome. No, I've really enjoyed your year as well. Oh, all of your years, I think. It's been really interesting. So, thanks for all your stuff. It's been great. All right, Bodgie, what's your favorite thing that happened this year?
I'm
Was
just
it
reading
last
the comments
weekend,
firstly.
maybe?
Last weekend. Oh
Or
yeah,
the
that was
weekend
really
before?
great. That was fun as. And for those of you that don't know, Blake came over last weekend and we got some really cool fish. You've already announced them, haven't you, Blake? You put an Instagram
Yeah, it's
post or
fine.
something,
It's
wasn't
fine.
it? Yeah.
I don't keep
Okay, so
secrets.
okay, cool. We got betta macrostoma. So we got 5 each, and these are like the holy grail of betta fish. So this year was like a pretty good year for getting all the little dream fish that I've wanted, because preparing for the new fish room in a year's time. But I'd have to say my proper highlight would be a recurring theme that's come up was Reef Stock and the Underwater Pet Expo. I got to lean towards UP a bit more because people actually recognize me there. But no, the Underwater Pet Expo was just like, it was a blast. It was way better than I was expecting. And it was like just a better improvement to the original Underwater Pet Expo that happened in 2020. And it was just like so many new people that I met, new fish that I brought home. I've got like some pink-tailed Chalceus. I never thought I'd see those fish, let alone keep them. So it was just an awesome year, just for events and also collecting fish that I've wanted for a very long time.
Yeah, for sure. Part of it as well, maybe the next thing we'll lead in is like what I don't know. I'll just like reflecting and talking about that stuff. So we don't have to if you don't want to, but I think the next thing, like, it's made me think about like next year and what I want to do. And really, I'd love to do more stuff like this, like talking to people, um, over the past few months, I've been thinking a lot. I did a video, I don't know if people saw it or not, but about like, I just need to make a big wholesale change about the fish room and just move things, get rid of some species and move some things around. And part of that is that as well. Like, been watching Queenslanders have an absolute ball. And I feel like it's such an insular hobby. I really want to sort of get that social side back. And I think that's part of why I really like the expo. And part of what I want to have a bit of a focus on next year, maybe about like making sure to just reach out and say like, hey, would you like to have a chat or do something together or whatever, just sort of, yeah, keep that ball rolling. So I don't know if anyone else has really thought about next year or anything like that, but that's the one for me.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I'd actually love to come down to Victoria as well. I've got a friend who lives there who I visit sometimes. So, I mean, I'd love to come and stay with her, and then I can meet you guys, except for Lauren. You're WA. Yeah, you're right off to the side.
She's on another continent.
Yeah.
But that actually, that's one of my goals for next year. I want to travel a little bit around Australia, and I want to see some nice places. And so, I mean, Perth would be one of those places I'd like to go to as well. Because there's some nice, like really scenic areas around there. And yeah, even do some more videos, kind of like the rainbow fish collecting one that I did a couple of weeks ago, and video some nice scenic places and like check out the native fish and stuff in different areas. I think would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome. A couple of times I've tried to, and if anyone is wondering, the best way to do that is to tee in to your local ANGFA group. I don't know. I feel like they're just way too underrated. They're so friendly. You can just chat to them on Facebook, like if you're not a face-to-face person. They've always been so helpful, and I've definitely had an interest in that, but it just hasn't lined up properly. But I've always said like, next time you go on a trip, can I come? And they're all fine about it, but it's just always like at short notice, or I have something on with the kids or whatever. But one day I'll go with them, and I recommend. They always need extra hands on deck and all that. So if you've got an interest in native stuff and nature, it's a great way to get an excuse to go out there and guarantee you'll see something, which isn't always the case.
To go on that, like basically all my life, I was like, oh, I never want to move out of Victoria. I'm going to live here. All my family's here. I've lived here all my life. And then the period from where I saw Adrian's fish room tour to Katie's rainbow fish collecting, and then Nick's video of rainbow fish collecting, I was like, maybe Queensland isn't a bad shout. Maybe just go there, live there for a year, maybe two, see how it is. and then just, I don't know, maybe settle there. But then I was like, maybe I'll go there for a little bit of a trip, see everyone, and then come back and then convey my thoughts.
Yeah, well, that's what everyone did during COVID. Everyone came up here and decided to live here. And lots of people stuck around. It is pretty good here. Like, you guys should definitely come up and visit at some point. Like, and we can, I don't know, we could all do a trip together and like look at the scenic areas. Because like, there's so much around here. There's a lot more than Northbrook Creek here.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I really like Queensland for short stints. I lived there for about a year, but it's someone with pale skin as me just has no business being around that much sun. So short periods of time, I'm good, and then I'll come back and recover in the cold. No, it's good, but yeah, I do enjoy the cold as well at times. But no, I'll have to come up for sure. The things are just adding up. I need to just book a trip to every state, like across next year or something like that. Really.
Yeah, you should write everything down. That's what I do. Like the other week, I was just like writing in a Word document, like everything I want to do for next year. Otherwise, it just never happens because you realize there's so many things that you want to do and you can't fit it all in unless you like actually start organizing it.
That's so valid. Yeah, I do that for videos. Like I always have on the desk just a notebook there with all my top secret ideas. But yeah, I should do that for more macro things as well. Yeah, so the chat's been going pretty good. I saw one comment that I liked as well that said, that was from Charles, said, Kaity, you should do travel vlogging. I agree. That would be cool. Especially with your Instagram stuff. I reckon that could be a good shout.
That would be really fun. Yeah, I'd love to do that. There's a channel I really like. It's not like a fish channel. It's a motorbike channel. It's called Itchy Boots. It's a lady and she rides her motorbike around and like she'll do things like she'll go from South America all the way to North America, like to where the border to Canada is, and just like vlog the whole thing. It's such a good channel.
Wow, that's cool.
Not fish related, but travel related.
Yeah, I'd watch far more of just everything else on YouTube than fish. I found that like if I was watching too much, I'd just start to rehash ideas and just not get as creative. So I don't know if that's a common threat.
No, I agree with that. And I think it happened like before I started making videos, the only thing I'd ever watch on YouTube was fish. Like it'd just be hours and hours and hours of fish content. And then after making videos, it just like naturally faded out because I feel like I'm just doing so much of it myself that watching other people, it's a bit weird. Like obviously all the Australian gang, we're all so like uniquely apart. So it's like, it's fun to watch how everyone's perspective of the hobby is. But then when you go into more of like the international sense, that's where you start to see like doubling up of certain themes of fish rooms and people's channels. So I'm like, no, just slowly faded out. More comedy YouTube.
Do you find that, Lauren, like with saltwater? Because I guess I'm thinking saltwater tanks, they're so finely tuned. You know, there's so many different pieces of equipment, or like everyone runs everything slightly different. Is it a case that you actually can watch people because it's kind of...
Lauren's an anomaly though. She's
thing,
like canister filter queen. She's
like
the only one on YouTube ever that's like run a canister filter long term on a saltwater tank.
Yeah, that's kind of why I started the YouTube channel, was to try and encourage, like, because I'd heard someone did a canister filter saltwater tank, and I was like, you know what, if it can be done, you know, you hear so much of it's impossible, it has to be done this way. So that's sort of why I started doing it. I'm like, well, if this is going to work, then I want to document it so it can encourage other people who, you know, might not have all the money for the big expensive, you know, setups. So but there is so many different ways to do the saltwater hobby. Like, and I guess maybe not so much the freshwater side, but there is definitely with the saltwater side lots of definitely not do it that way. And
why do you think that people didn't use canister filters? Like, why did people just go to sumps for saltwater? Like, why was that a thing?
I think they used to use canister filters way back before, you know, but they say they're nitrate factories and stuff like that, whereas I have no issues with nitrates with my tank. If you've got good husband, like, I guess it's good for, sumps are good for people who don't want to have like do the maintenance side of things, like who want to just, you know, chill out a little bit with that side of things. So, but if you maintain your canister filters and just keep up with, you know, good husbandry for the tank, I think anything's possible. You know, I've even heard of people just having no filtration whatsoever and just even having
I've seen
power.
that. Yeah.
So, yeah. So there are so many different ways of doing it. And I guess that's one thing that I've not liked about the saltwater hobby is that lots of people can be like, it has to be done this certain way. And it's just, I don't think it needs to be. And, you know, there's, as long as you're willing to put the work in, I think there's lots of different ways you can do it. So on a budget as well, it doesn't have to cost $10,000 like they say, you know, base minimum $10,000 to get into the saltwater hobby. So I don't know.
Well,
just my
even if it does cost $10,000, we do have a bit of a life hack at this time of the year, because you actually don't need to use your own money, because
Anna's coming to town. Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Santa here? I know him.
Ho, ho, ho!
I know
Merry
him.
Fishmas!
hey Santa, thanks for joining us.
Oh, Blake, thank you so much for having me, and especially on this star-studded panel as well.
It's once in a lifetime.
I
But,
know, and I'm so happy to
yeah.
be a part of it.
Only the best for mythical creatures like yourself.
Ho, ho, ho.
For people that aren't aware, this year, really quickly, I am participating in Fishfam Christmas, a great initiative that there's like 50 channels participating, giving away thousands of dollars worth of stuff, and there's been some great donators. We got a really cool present. I'll just make myself the key for 1 second so people can read it. That one. So we got a complete set of, I feel like I'm on Wheel of Fortune here, a complete set of art from RC Beams donated by Kelly Foreman. Very generous. Appreciate that. And really awesome. Not like, I think they're 7x9, so a good size, good little a really cool thing. So valued at $220 US, that'd be. So that's like 3 squillion Australian dollar dues, and shipped internationally. So that was the key. Being, I think only myself and Craig were the lonely Australians that signed up. So thanks for including us, and it's cool to have a prize that's available to Australians. So yeah.
Yes, and I don't know if you can tell, but Santa has one of Beck's artworks here on the wall. It is actually the original that she drew with colored pencils. Stephen P. 2003 was very gracious enough to buy it for Santa. I mean, I think he was trying to get his way onto the nice list, but
how convenient. Great plug there as well. That's top-notch showmanship.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually I have all of Beck's works. I have them all. They're amazing. I cannot stress the quality. Bex is also an award-winning artist, so you will have a complete set of an award-winning artist's work. It's simply amazing. I cannot stress it enough.
Awesome. And it's really easy to do this. What? It's really easy to do as well. My computer's having a hissy. Hopefully back now. I've got too many windows open now, so this is the problem. But anyway, so we're going to use the StreamYard giveaway tool. This is the stream that we're currently in. Oh, I definitely have way too many windows open. Everybody is moving crazily. So, can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
I can hear you just fine. Yep, your picture's breaking up a little bit.
We might have to race through this one. Not to undermine things, but we'll smash through. So I put the text as #shrimp because Rikistan wanted some more Australianism. So of course at Christmas we throw another shrimp on the barbie. So #shrimp will get it done. Type it in the chat and you'll be eligible no matter where you are in the world. Awesome little thing. Anything else I forgot, Santa?
No, you. One last thing. The winner, who does receive the shipment, please, can you do a video unboxing? And it doesn't have to. You don't have to upload it to YouTube. You can email it to fishfamchristmas@gmail.com. But we want to try to get unboxing of all the presents from everybody, videos.
Okay. One.
Yep. And the comments are
All right.
rolling
So there's 20 people in so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 24.
Yep. And then
also, while we've got a little, yeah, you go.
I was going to say, RC Beams, the artist, she just launched her website as well. And if you search RC Beams in Google, it'll bring up her website. And she, I believe, is only shipping right now to the US. But I believe she's going to open it up to international here after the holidays. So if you don't win and you love this artwork as much as I do, you can still grab some.
Nice.
Can someone
Maybe not once the postage costs $700.
Yeah, with Xmas rates.
It's in the chat now, Katie.
Oh, it's in the chat.
From Fishfam Christmas.
Oh, cool. There we go.
While we've got a little minute as well, thanks everyone for tuning into the stream. Yeah, pretty exciting numbers there. So I appreciate you all, and have a Merry Christmas as well.
They're not here for the contest.
So
They're here for you.
Give it. Oh, well, the contest is a good sidebar then, I guess.
Right.
We'll give it one more minute then. Do you reckon? That's probably a good amount of time. 34 people in the running. If you're listening and not watching, pull up your phone real quick, type in #shrimp, and get yourself in here.
Yes, please do.
So the winner as well, email fishfamchristmas@gmail.com and give them your details so they can ship the stuff to you.
Katie, let's enter. We can have a shot at this.
Yes, please do.
You can enter.
Yeah, only 2 people
I can't rig
on
it, so you enter away.
Sweet.
Yep, just me and Blake can't enter.
Give it a go. It's pretty good odds.
All right, we're spinning up. We are spinning up. Ready? Ready? Do I need a
3, 2,
do
1,
it?
go.
Y'all ready to win? Clicks images.
Hey.
Yep. Blake's gone robot voice again.
Beep, bap, beep, boop.
Images.
In distress.
Sorry.
Does not compute.
My computer is really having a hard time here.
Well, you can bring it down now that we know Clicks Images has won. Clicks, if you could please email your name and address to, or shipping address to fishfamchristmas@gmail.com, and we will get that sent right out to you.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Congrats.
And those who did not win and you still love this art as much as I do, please go to RC Beams website, and you can probably pick some up for yourself here after the holidays.
Yeah, it's really
beautiful. For everybody else,
you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Good day.
All right.
Wow, harsh.
Well, thanks so much for coming, Sam. I appreciate your time.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me, Blake. I just want to say you keep me warm at night on the North Poles. I love watching your channel so much. I've watched you from almost the beginning, and just keep up what you're doing, and congratulations on your new baby.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm sure you'll spoil him tomorrow.
Oh, exactly. I got some special stuff for him. All right. Bye, guys.
Right.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
There you go.
Guys, I'm pretty
Hopefully
sure
you enjoyed that little segue.
Santa.
That was so
Oh,
cool.
you
That
got
was
the
white.
I'm not going to lie. The old Commodore 64 of a computer here was in a bad way. I don't know what came through there, but It was not good on
No, it
this
wasn't
end.
bad. You got into like robot voice like twice for like 10 seconds. It was
Okay, we'll take that. I've had entire streams in robot voice, so it's not too bad. So yeah, in case I didn't articulate that well enough, it's really cool. And we were just talking about the community, the social aspects and things like that. And it's the mountain of work. Can you imagine what it's like emailing 50 YouTubers, getting their time slots for streams, doing all this prize delegation and everything? Oh, way too much energy than I'd be willing to expend. So great job for them and congrats for clicks. Appreciate that. Anyway, back to it. So yeah, that was really exciting. Should we do our KK while we're talking?
Ooh, yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's do that whilst you're on the theme of presents.
All right, cool.
Cool.
So the way that we did it is Bodgie got a hat, I think, and he put all of our names in it and drew it out. So we didn't it was all random, and we just thought it'd be a bit of fun to just, what did we say, $50, I think, and just try and get something useful, fun, whatever, in a normal KK for the other person. And then I actually think that's a pretty cool way to introduce yourself to people a little bit, just throw something random out there and see what happens. So I'm excited to see what people came up with. I got Kaity to buy for. I don't remember everything else. Lauren bought for me. Unfortunately, Ozpost have dropped the ball here though, so you'll have to tune into a future stream unless you want to spoil it, Lauren. I don't know. We'll figure that out at the end. But and then what? Bodgie, you bought for Lauren.
So Blake bought for Kaity. Kaity bought for me. I bought for Lauren. Lauren bought for you.
How convenient, like that. All right,
exactly.
Let's go. Who wants to go first? I'm
Lauren
excited.
should go first. So we'll go in that flow. So Lauren, Kaity, then myself.
All right.
All right.
I'm so excited to see how this is.
All right.
And there wasn't any theme for anyone watching. It wasn't a specific theme. It wasn't anything useful for your fish room or anything like that. We would just have fun. Oh, by the way, don't show your address, Lauren.
Yeah.
Flip it around if you want.
Yeah.
Can you say anything there? Okay, cool.
I just saw Jimmy P in the comments says Blake doesn't mess around, invites in Santa, gives away prize, kicks out Santa. Yeah, I'll be on the naughty list, but I know that it sort of seemed that way, but honestly, I couldn't hear anybody else talking. I felt like I was just talking over the top of everyone. So I was like,
no, you're good.
It's going to be awkward if I just have this for the next half an hour. So sorry about that, Santa.
All right.
Cool. How did Bodgie go? Let's see.
Oh yeah. How good is that?
Nice.
So cute.
Oh, how good is that? How
That
good.
is cool.
Now the
Do they
Saltwater family would not want me to call it Nemo and Dory. They would be like, that's a blue tang and that's a clownfish. That's so
I'll
cool.
admit, I thought they were going to be way, way bigger, but no, that's
Pretty
cool.
big. That's pretty big.
Okay, cool.
That's awesome. Thank
Are they those
you.
ones that glow in the dark? Do you
What's
know?
that?
I think the clownfish glows in the dark.
Yeah, awesome.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Yep.
That's so cool. That is so cool. Thank you.
Good job, Bodgie.
No problem.
Oh,
Merry Christmas.
thanks.
Go for it,
I just feel
Kaity.
so bad that Blake didn't come in time. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well, look, it takes a long time to make custom 8-foot tanks. So, I'm sure it takes more than the week that we gave it or whatever it was. We're organized, okay?
I've actually got 2, so Blake went all out.
Oh, yeah, but it's not, it's practical, I think. I remember.
What we got here?
A receipt.
Pulls out $50,000 worth of cash.
Yeah, that was it. You already took it out.
Oh, I got some black ones.
Yeah, you got to
Very
give the gift
Ooh.
of worms this Christmas.
Good.
I don't know. I'd never seen you feed black worms before, and I think they're super cool. So you can squish it to your glass. I just think everybody should try them, not themselves.
I almost bought these, but they were too expensive. So I was like, no. So it's actually a good gift, so I can actually try them out.
Okay, awesome. That's the sort of more practical one. That's Probably not as luxurious as plushies, but anyway.
I feel like you could totally do you could probably do a feeding your fish blackworms for the first time to see how like the cichlids or that kind of thing
I
react.
reckon the fish would really like this if I start that.
Yeah, oh, they would smash
That'd be really cool. Maybe I'll do a video today. It'll be like a reel or something. That'd be cool.
And you had some fish that were hiding and stuff. I thought, oh, it could be a good practical way to sort of like stick it on the glass and you can get photos of them or whatever, or footage. So yeah,
that'd be good.
That was the thought, right? The Bashir will probably go take the whole cube and just run away.
Think that I know what it is.
Do you already have that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Whatever it is. Hang on. I thought it was going to be a book.
It's not a book. I wanted to get a book. I wanted to get the Bashir handbook for you, but they're in the UK and it was going to take forever. Yeah.
My biter died, so it jumped down.
No. Oh no.
So that was probably a good thing that you didn't get that. That would have been awesome.
That's lucky then.
Oh, the aquascaping. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a really nice present. That's really thoughtful. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, I saw you putting together your new tank like with your hands, I think. So I was like, get some tools going, you know?
That's actually really nice. Thank you so much. I thought it was going to be a book. I don't know why. I was like, in the parcel. That's really nice.
Book of tools.
Yeah, book of tools. The best. You'll be like, what is it? The like archaeologists, how they have that mat that just roll out, or like artists and stuff.
Now.
I rusted out all of my tools. I used them in my saltwater tank, then I forgot to like clean them in freshwater, and then they all rusted, and now they're just like they're fossils across the room every now and then. Oh, actually, here, look, I've got one tweezer, half a tweezer.
I discovered a game changer this week. Actually, we'll get to yours, Bodgie, in 1 second. But check this out. If you've got a fish room, everyone go to Spotlight right now. Oh, my cord's not going to reach.
All right, I'm leaving the Spotlight. See.
It's like a little craft cart.
Oh, yeah, I've got one of those.
And I've got like all my tools and stuff on it. It's good.
Oh, wow.
And all my food.
How much was it, Blake? That Spotlight.
$20.
Is it plastic or metal?
Metal. It's good.
Okay, cool, sweet. All right, I bought one from Kmart and it was $50, and it was metal. But all right, Spotlight seems to be the way to go. I'll do that.
You gotta be a Spotlight member or whatever. But anyway, it's because I used to have my tools everywhere as well. I could have one tweezer here, one on top of a tank, fish food there, fish food over here, and now I just have my little cart with me. And every time my wife comes in, I say, "Anything off the trolley, dear?" Because Harry Potter. Anyway, all right, let's get away from that ASAP.
All right, sweet. Oh, the amount of effort that I had to go through, like I had to really try and hold myself from not opening this when this arrived. And Kaity was like threatening me to like send me pictures of proof that it hasn't been tampered with. Look, it hasn't been tampered with. The seal is still there. All right.
Still sealed.
All right, we don't need tools. We'll use our hands to open it. It says silver. Oh, what is this? What? Oh my god! This is that is amazing. Look.
I'll make you full screen.
That's
Neo.
so cute.
Oh, I love that.
That's cool.
Thank you so much.
That's Bodgie's Lungfish, for anyone who doesn't know. It's like his favorite fish ever, even as a birth certificate.
Adorable. This isn't even
creative.
going on like a Christmas tree. I'm just like going to make this into a necklace or something. Just like wear it here. Oh, that's amazing. I did suspect. I knew that Kaity was going to get something Lungfish related. I just thought it would be something like that, but I wasn't expecting this. This is amazing.
Yeah, like
thank you.
hang it on your tree every year. Like, and you can
Yeah. The tree isn't going in the family room anymore. It's coming into the fish room.
The people were so good that made that too. They were so wholesome. It was so nice. Like the company emailed me and they showed me like a picture of the design and stuff, and they were like, just confirm that like this looks good and everything. And I was like, yeah, it looks great. And they're like, oh, thank you so much for supporting our small business and everything. Like, it was so nice.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, this is adorable.
Does it say the name of the company on the box? Because they were just so nice.
If you say the name,
it
Kaity
does
gets it
not.
for free.
No, it doesn't say the company. It does say Fastway, which is like the delivery company. But when I saw Fastway, I was like, did she get something from Fastway Aquariums nearby? And I was like, no, this is so cool. You know what I'm like tempted to do? I want to get like another one of these, but get Neo and then like this empty space, it'd be cool to put like some moss in there or something and make it like a little terrarium.
Oh my gosh, that's actually such a good idea. That would be really cool, and then you get use of it all year round.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay, so I can open it. All right, cool. That's all right.
I think you can.
I'll keep that in mind. Yeah.
Great job, everyone. That was awesome.
Thank you.
And we sort of inadvertently gave people some great ideas to give to their loved ones if they're also going out today and have to get something in the next hour.
It was it's called Evlet. I'll just put it in the chat for anyone.
Oh, Oddivalet.
Oh yeah.
Company? I just thought that was like some random like code name for the barcode or something. Oddivalet.
But I just thought it was so nice. Like they were just really sweet. It stood out to me. So
yeah, that's cool. I got also a good life hack here for you, Bodgie, for those broken tweezers. Fish out of water says you could use them for zucchini on the bottom of the tank.
Oh yeah, that's what I use them for. Yeah. I use them as like little if I need to like reach anything in like a precarious spot in the tank, I'll use it as like a prong stick, or I'll put in cucumber or zucchini and chuck it into the pleco tank.
Nice.
That is such a good idea. I was doing that with forks, but then I'm so like lazy that I would just leave the fork in there. I wouldn't want to put my hand like all the way down to the bottom of the tank, and so I just sitting in my tank for weeks.
Just 1 year later, she's got no substrate. It's just forks.
I was like,
every week she's like, damn it, I ran out of forks again.
I literally have no forks in my house. I need to go buy more. I don't know. I've only got spoons and knives.
I used to use forks. Yeah, but I used to tie string to the forks and have like the string outside the tank. So whenever I need, I just like yank the string and pull the fork out.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah, I did both of those things. Cleaned the drawer out of forks, and then I bought metal skewers. I bought like 20 metal skewers, and I also can only find about 3 of those now. So I don't know what happened to any of it.
Yeah, I bought 100 pipettes off Amazon, like the little 5 mil pipettes. I bought 100 of them off Amazon.
I've only got one, and I lose it all the time.
Yeah, that's why So I've probably gone through like 20 at this point, and I can see one right now. But luckily I've got a bag of about 80 left, and it was only like $20 or something, or something cheap like that. It was such a good price. But when I go through like testing water or something, I'll just like leave it somewhere and it'll disappear.
Because they're see-through, so you just lose them so easily. Like you can't like see the corner of your eye; they just blend into the surroundings.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't take any of my fish supplies outside of this room. And this is a 4 meter by 3 meter room. So where can 20 pipettes possibly go?
That's a good point. Yeah, it's so weird. It's up in the most weird places.
Holy smokes.
Oh, look at that.
Santa, a.k.a. Eric, dropped a Merry Christmas, Happy Year. Eric, what are you doing? Thanks so much.
For a bit.
After I kicked you out, amazing. I mean, I kicked Santa. Right. I can buy a new computer
like
now.
You're freezing a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a shock. It's the shock.
Oh my god, 100 nets. Look at that. Xanadu. 100 pipettes.
You can buy a house.
3 sets of aquascaping tools and 50 nets.
I also lose nets, yeah.
Yes, that's another thing. I've got like I have a really big net, and then I've got a really small net, and I don't have anything in between. And I'm like, and I bought a net from Aquarium Co-op, but I still just haven't gone through, like, I haven't built up the level of like confidence to open that net and use it. I just want to keep it on display. So I'm like, no.
It's because like when I say I lose stuff too, I don't really lose it. It's in front of me, but I can't see it. Like it's so weird.
That's it.
I won't be able to find the net, and then the person next to me is like, it's literally right there. Like it's right in front of your face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I do have one net though, and it's the net I've had. Like it was the first fish product I ever bought. and I've had that net for like 13, 14 years. It's still somewhere around here, but it's a little black net, and I've had it for so long. I'm like, all right, how's this lasting? But it's good.
Yeah, it's like a relic now.
Yeah. Oh, Bahama Llama Corals is in. So many people are in. Jeez. Daniel keeping fish. Yeah, Bahama Llama's. He's just here to say hi to Lauren and then dip. Nah. But also on the topic of relics, I also have the first ever glass tank that I bought, and it's currently used as my saltwater frag tank over there.
Ooh.
That one there.
Nice.
So that's a 13-year-old tank. I should probably get to like resealing it at some point, but it's holding water for the moment, so we'll be fine.
Oh, so you're saying it's the first ever glass tank that you ever bought, but it's not your first ever glass tank?
No, it's my first ever glass fish tank.
Oh, you only have acrylic tanks?
No, it's my first ever glass tank that I ever bought. Yes, that's right.
Right, okay.
No, I have glass tanks. I don't have any acrylic tanks.
I was going to say.
That's the first, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
It's the first fish tank. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I don't have my first fish tanks. I resold them all on Gumtree.
Yeah, I don't know. I've like thought about selling this tank, but I haven't gotten I'm just so emotionally attached to it. It's scratched up and everything. It's not like a good quality tank by any means, but I'm just like, no, I can't sell that tank.
Yeah, I'm going to hold on to my first ones. Way too big.
Yeah.
4.6.
Nah, I'm not selling tanks anymore. There's just no point. I feel like if you sell tanks, it's like you might as well just hold on to it because you'll probably end up whipping it out again later in the pack. So, yeah.
The thing is, like, tank resale value as well is like terrible. I'm just like, honestly, in the new fish room, I don't want to take my 5 foot with me, as iconic as it is. It's just like, it's such a big tank to move. And I feel like it'd be easier just to buy a brand new, like, 6 foot tank, put it in the new fish room, move all the fish there, and then sell this. But if I was to sell this, I'd probably get like $300 for it. And I'm like, that's like not even a quarter of what I spent for this tank. So, well.
Yeah, they lose value so quickly.
I have those as well. Like, I had this paludarium that I filled up for like a few days, and I just didn't really have the time to do it. In the end, I sold it for like 30% of what I bought it for. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, but you can benefit from that too, because like I bought my first water box brand new, but then I bought my second one secondhand, and I got it for like less than half the price of buying it brand new. Like you can get some really nice tanks for cheap, like on Gumtree and stuff.
Yeah, true. Actually, this whole room's full of those.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, that's what I was thinking for the new fish room, because I'll need an 8 foot tank, but I'm just not sure if I was to go for like an 8 foot by 2.5 or 3 foot wide or 4 foot wide. And I feel like 4 foot wide is probably going to be the best. So it'd be a big tank. So it's 8 feet long, 4 feet wide, probably 2 feet tall. And that's going to be for the lungfish. But if I was to buy it brand new, it's probably going to be like $4,000 to $5,000. And if I was to get it secondhand, I might get it for like $1,000 to $2,000. But I don't know how long someone has had that 8 foot tank for. So the whole idea of resealing it or it being on a shabby stand or something like that, and I'm like, that's just so much effort.
You know the Atlas tank, like the really big one?
Yeah,
like, 4 foot long. That would be perfect for your lungfish, right? Because you could put
exactly
like, and make it like a river.
Yeah, I was like fully thinking that. The thing is, so many people have like told me this, and they're like, oh, you should like plant your lungfish tank. So put like Vallisneria in with the lungfish, because that's how they like naturally are in the wild. So that you find them in like huge beds of Vallisneria, because they breed, find food, everything through that Vallisneria, which is why it's so like critical for their breeding. But the thing is, Neo will eat any plant. He will destroy them. So I feel like you probably need to have like this endless, like huge acres and acres of Vallisneria for them to not make a huge impact on it. But in an aquarium setting, I've like tried everything. So there's like a coconut cave, but I took the top part of the coconut, so it's just like this barrier wall of coconut, so I can't access the Vallisneria roots. Put all the val, and he got into it like head first and just shredded it. So the val was like, it looked so terrible. But I was just like, at this point, no, you're not getting any plants. But every now and then, when I can't be bothered selling any plants or something like that I trim out, I will tie them up and I'll just feed them to him. And he'll get like a banquet of like Rotala Blood Red, SP Green, plants I could probably get for like $1 a stem, but he'll eat them.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that they ate plants like that.
Yeah, they're big vegetarians. Huge.
Yeah,
like when I put duckweed into this tank, because people were like, oh, I've never put duckweed into a tank. This tank, I'll put handfuls of duckweed and it'll be gone in 24 hours.
Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think it's so funny that like a solid part of your future that you see is getting this 12-foot fish tank just for this lungfish.
Oh yeah, it's like I've already got like the idea of exactly what I want his future home to look like, and it's probably going to be 12 to 15 foot long by 6 to 8 foot wide, and it'll have to be like a fiberglass pond.
Oh, now 6 to 8
even yeah, because they get like 4.5. Like the biggest one I've seen in person is about 4.5 foot long, and I only thought they maxed out at around 4 foot.
Like the fish itself.
Yeah, the fish itself, it was 4.5 foot long. So to keep it in a tank that's like, yeah, if I was to put it in like a 5 foot or 6 foot wide tank, I feel like it won't have enough room to like properly turn. So it'd have to be like 8 foot to 10 foot long or like wide, right? And at that point, getting a glass tank just isn't practical at all whatsoever. Even for the 8 foot by 4 foot, I was tempted to get a fiberglass pond just because it's a single front glass panel. So if there is ever a leak, I don't have to worry about, 4 different glass panels. It's just one panel. So resealing it and everything like that. But I've got like this crazy idea where I want like the pond, and then behind that is going to be like this land area. So I can keep like turtles and like ferns and everything. So it's like a little snippet of the jungle. And it'll be like in my living room. And it'll be crazy.
You should do a collab with Joey from the King of DIY, and he can like build it for you. He would totally be able to do that.
But he'll do it with concrete, and I'm like,
yeah,
because his 2,000 gallon tank is like pretty sweet, but it's fully made out of concrete, and I'm like, if I want to move that, if I like ever have to move house, which at that point, if I've got a tank of that magnitude, I probably won't move house, but it's just like,
it'll be part of the
I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that happens a lot. People sell their fish tanks with their house because they just can't be bothered. Like they just leave it.
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah, well, that was what happened with the 8 foot. Yeah, the 8 foot was a saltwater tank in someone's house. They were renovating, and I got it for free.
Whoa, free?
Yeah, with a 5 foot sump, everything.
Oh,
Whoa.
was that the one that they were going to smash?
Yeah, I just had to go and pick it up like within a few hours. But yeah, it was not too big of an issue.
It looks so good. Like I really, really love that tank.
I wish it was back there, but obviously being 8 foot, I only had room to just put it like right where the garage door is at the front. So yeah,
you should just switch your table around, like the setting that it is, and then just pull like a Bodgie and have like the live fish background.
Maybe one day I'll do that. Or I used to have like a green screen kind of video of it. Yeah. Anyway. Hey, I saw a comment from AB. I don't know if this is AB, but he said,
Yep.
Oh, it is. Cool. He said, when am I coming to Queensland? I don't know, but I'll have to put it on the agenda. Maybe when it's winter or something, I'll escape the cold.
We'll pull we should do a fish trip then, Blake. We'll organize a trip to Queensland, just like a week or something.
Me, my 3 kids, my wife, and you. We can all go.
Oh, you're going to go as a family holiday? Well, I don't think that'd suit well.
But you can do this like just come along.
Yeah.
You can bring like 12 of the Bodgie juniors, and none of us will have a good time.
No, but I was thinking about doing like a solo trip to Queensland or something like that, just like a week or something, just to firstly see everyone, and also like a couple of my like the channel sponsors are there, and everyone that I interact with like on a regular basis for the most part is like isolated to Queensland, and I'm like, I could just go and smash out a trip where I just see everyone and come back. But
is there anyone in Queensland that you know of that I haven't collaborated with yet that you can think of?
No.
No, I think you've got most of them. Justin's fish room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably the only one other than who you've already ticked off that I know of. Somebody will be offended. I will talk to somebody for ages and they'll.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have asked that question because then.
Like I've totally blanked out on the name, but he's our the fish breeder with he's just moved houses. Remember, and he's got the 2 freshwater stingrays, and he breeds the Peruvian
Paul Stingray.
Oh
no, not Paul Stingray.
Oh,
the dude that you got into YouTube. You talked to he's a bit older and he's got glasses and white hair. Is he in Queensland?
You're telling the story.
No, the dude with the better
rack. This is a surefire way to offend
better
someone.
breeding rack. Very, you don't know.
Well, I probably should have phrased
better breeding rack.
It was more like a statement, or like it was more like a question of if there's anyone who wants to collab that's in Queensland, let me know.
Cool. I'll find him.
It was more, is there anyone who would want to collab that I haven't collaborated
yes,
with?
who would want to collab.
Yeah, likewise in Victoria.
Just knock on the doorstep.
I'll go to anyone's house in Victoria for sure. But I always put it out, and some people are like, oh, it's not quite ready yet, or I just need to clean it, and then it just never happens. So the fact that you're able to put things together is really impressive, I think.
Like Urban Fish Keeper.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. I'm with you now. Dion, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a video from him for ages. Anyway.
He just released one this week because he was moving houses.
There's some good ones on TikTok as well, Kaity, in Queensland. I can't remember their names though, but yeah, well, I'll figure it out and I'll get back to you later.
Well, there's some people that I just see on Facebook and stuff, like pages, but they don't have like a social media presence. Like there's like this girl that breeds axolotls who like it's just so cool watching her Facebook page in Queensland, but like she doesn't have like an Instagram or like a YouTube or anything.
Yeah.
It'd be cool.
There's a few people like that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
On Instagram, I follow a few pages, and there's like they're just Instagram exclusive. I'm like, guys, you could make like your video, like your tanks are so cool. And I'm like,
yes. Well, the worst is when they're just on Facebook, like, and then they don't even like they don't even post like photos and stuff on Instagram. Like there's some people that you meet and they've got like the most incredible, amazing setups ever. Like there's even one guy on Instagram called Tank Nut, and like the photos that he posts are so amazing. It's like MD Tanks level, and he doesn't even have a YouTube. Like he doesn't even post videos or anything. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, you're so talented and you've got these incredible tanks and you don't like post it anywhere. Like do videos. Yeah.
Bahama Llama. Are any of you freshies salt curious? I love that like as a term. But I did have saltwater for like 3 years, but I'm a plant guy and a fish breeding guy, and unfortunately it doesn't really resonate too much in saltwater. I like saltwater tanks just in other people's tanks, in other people's houses. That's all.
Yeah, I'm the same. I love
to see the
but not keeping them.
Yeah.
You could go on macro like Remy Bahama Llama had, and they look like freshwater tanks, but not. You could do something like that.
Yeah. If I was going to pick it up again, I'd do that. I'd do probably like crustaceans only and macroalgae or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, there are so many cool like inverts in saltwater, and it's like a lot of them you don't even have to buy. Just buy like 2 kilos of live rock, put it in a tank, and you just watch them like all crawl out.
Yeah.
I just saw as well.
A mantis shrimp.
You guys should come up. I'll take you guys around.
Sweet.
All right.
I'm booking tickets now.
Actually, K&B, I think I've messaged K&B on TikTok. I think he's got a pretty cool setup. I think that's
on
the
Instagram,
guy.
maybe.
One or the other, maybe. That name is familiar. Sorry, K&B, if we talked, but yeah, I think he's got a cool setup. Yeah. Red Laser, does anybody on the panel have opinion experience with low iron glass adhesive? No silicone. Nah. I always just use silicone because I know that's what I know. I find that a lot of these other like alternatives, generally, they're temporary.
Yeah, unless it's like an acrylic and you're using like acrylic bonder, you're never prying that apart. But like with a glass tank, silicone.
Yeah, unless anyone has conflicting things, that I think that's pretty much where it sits. Is we've been putting tanks together with silicone for what 1,000 years, 800 years, or something.
Yeah.
Let's just stick to that, maybe.
I have a question for Lauren, tech related.
Yes.
How are you finding your new lights?
really good. I've actually got to get, I've got one more bar that I've got to go up, but because I've been away. And when I change anything with the tank, I like to be home for like the next few days, just in case. Like even if I clean out a filter or like, you know, just in case, I like to be home to make sure if anything goes wrong, I can fix it. So not that I don't know. Because when I went to put this bar up, it actually fell backwards and I thought it was going to smash the tank. So I'm a little bit traumatized because I thought it was going to, smash the tank. I was really lucky it fell back behind the tank. So I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, the actual light bar itself fell behind the tank. And I was so lucky the bar itself didn't break. It was just the little clip things that hooked it onto this extra, onto this bar here. So I think I've been putting it off because, I need a few days just to be home and just make sure it's okay. Because I don't know, hanging anything above the tank just makes me really nervous. Especially because it's such an old tank. Like this tank was, as we're talking about hand-me-down tanks, it was like $350, super scratched up. Talking about silicone, I don't really want to know how much longer I've got on the silicone on this tank. I just, it seems really sturdy. Like I feel like sometimes old school tanks can be super siliconed up. So hopefully we're all right. But today.
Oh, it's like hopefully you just have a streak of my Nano 13 years, no silicone change.
Or like I was just dicing with death on the 4x2 because I know that it's like 13 years old minimum because I know the past two owners of it. And silicone's all like hard, crusty, bubbles in it. I'm like, I'll deal with that one time. Just nobody move it and it'll be fine.
Yeah, literally. Oh my gosh. But that's my
Luca in the comments, like watching 4 of you fish people, but you really need to brush up on your English from the USA. We don't speak English, we speak Aussie, mate.
we could probably all ochre it up a little bit actually. How's that fishing going, mate?
Well, none of us actually have like strong accents, really, like compared to some Aussies. Like,
I feel like mine's gotten less intense. Like when I started, like when I watched like some of my old videos when I was like in front of the camera, I think it was like very, very Aussie. I was just like, g'day, Bodgies and Wedgies, welcome back to the channel. And I'm like, now it's just like changed, probably for the better.
I like accents. Well, apparently, because I grew up in Sydney, so I'm only recently over in WA. So I feel like there was always a thing that people in WA had a stronger like accent. I don't know. I haven't noticed, and now I'm down country WA, so it's probably gotten really bad compared to when I grew up.
I probably should have a lot worse of an accent because I'm from country New South Wales, so I should really. Deniliquin, I was born.
Really? There you go.
Where if for internationals listening, Deniliquin is on the map because they have the world record for the most utes in one place. They have a ute muster. So a ute is a utility vehicle or a truck. A Ford Ranger, that would be a ute.
A pickup truck.
So and like they have this ute on a pole and all this. So that's where I'm from. So I should really be like, yippee-ki-yay. Anyway.
Raphael, as a Brazilian living in Australia, Bodgie has the most Aussiest accent.
He probably does.
The funny thing is, I'm not even like born in Australia. I wasn't born here, so it's good. Yeah, naturally picked up.
Born?
I was born in India. I lived there until I was 2, and then I moved to Australia. So Bodgie from Straya can be a bit misleading at times, but well.
True. That's false advertising. Cancel.
I don't think I've actually mentioned that before. Yeah.
What about you, Lauren? Were you born in WA? Like, have you always lived there, or?
Nah, I was born in Sydney and only moved over about 10 years ago. So yeah. Or 10 years ago. So grew up in Sydney and then moved over. But
so now Lauren's accent to like all WA people. Oh, hello, look at my dear saltwater tank.
I noticed that there's certain things that they call differently even east to west.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Darty beats. You got to go listen to some Darty beats. I don't understand that. Darty, what is that supposed to mean? It sounds insulting.
Yeah.
Well, apparently there's some things as well that they don't say in America that we do in Australia, like thongs. Apparently that means something different in America, and I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like bikini bottoms in America, I think. But in Australia, like my wife, she's from Melbourne, and things like that orange fruit, she calls it cantaloupe. I call it rock melon. I don't know what everyone else calls
Rock
it.
melon.
Yeah.
I call it rock melon. Cantaloupe. What are you eating? An antelope?
Yeah, there's heaps of things like that. Like, I don't know. But I find that South Australians are very posh. Like if you want a non-Ocker accent, South Australians, they say plant and all that sort of thing.
Yes.
Whereas everyone,
don't they only drink like bottled water as well? They don't drink like tap water in South Australia. It's like everything is just bottled water.
We've just offended the entirety of Australia now, so that's
in
good.
South Australia. Just I don't know. Well, like I had a high school friend of mine who came over from South Australia in like year 11 or year 12, and she was like, "How are you guys just like drinking water from the tap? Like everyone in like South Australia would just have like bottled water for their like cooking and drinking and everything. Like no one touched tap water." I was like, "Why? Like, where do you guys get your tap water from? The ocean?"
Oh my gosh. I reckon we've got some of the worst tap water down in Albany. So there's Perth, and then 4.5 hours south on the south coast of WA is where I am. I reckon we've got some of the worst tap water in Australia down here because we, like with the saltwater, I bought a RODI filter, and you can measure the TDS, which is the amount of stuff like contaminants or whatever that's in the tap water. So you can see the inlet pipe, how much is coming out of the tap water, and then once it goes through, it takes it down to 0, so it filters everything out of the water. But going into the filter, it's I've got it up. Well, I've measured it as 530 TDS, whereas over in Sydney, you're getting like 175 out tap water. So
Lauren, you're just drinking like rocks out of your tap water at 500 TDS.
Well, apparently we've got a really high ratio of people getting kidney stones and stuff from our tap water down
so
here.
You're drinking rocks.
Yeah, literally. So
well, down here,
that's nuts.
The TDS is about 130 to 180, depending on how much it's rained.
Yeah, interesting.
My like tap water is like pristine, and Hillside's a pretty old suburb, like comparatively, but like we've got some of the cleanest tap water. I think my mate, he measured the TDS and it was like 40 or something like that, which is why I haven't bothered with a RODI. So Bahama Llama Corals, close your ears, but I use tap water for my saltwater tank.
No, that's all right. There's people that, and you could probably get away with that. Well, you obviously do.
I've gotten away with it for like 2 years. How long? Yeah, it's probably been like a solid year and a half. But also, Lauren, I wanted to show you something. Hey guys, we'll go for a walk if that's all right. So I upgraded to the Delua Blaze Mini.
Ooh la la, very
nice. It was actually after I saw your video, I was like, I got to get on top of that lifestyle. So got that, and then I also yesterday I did a bit of a remodel to the Nano Reef. Sorry about the glare, but yeah. So all the corals have been shuffled around a bit, and I also got the Great White Wave Maker.
Nice.
So, or is it? Yeah, something like that. So it's in the back. And then it's just been cruising. It's been such a chill saltwater tank. There's like acropora and everything growing in it, perfectly fine. Like Monty's, whatever I throw in the tank, it's just like, all right, I'm gonna start growing, and I'm like, all right, that's fine.
I'm so jealous.
Hopefully nothing happens.
That's amazing. That's so good.
Yeah.
And
I'm just like, and honestly, it's like part of what you do on your channel is like what inspired me to set up that tank, because I was like, let's just see what happens. Chuck tap water in there, chuck all the live rock, just put in whatever corals, see how they grow. But Monty's, acros, everything is just growing well.
Yeah. Remy reckons your tap water must have steroids in it.
I think so too at times, honestly.
What
Maybe that's where I'm going wrong. I mean,
hey.
in my 500 130 TDS tap water and see what happens.
Yeah, oh no.
You know what I need to do? Like
probably,
next stream, I need to like set up my laptop so I can be downstairs with the tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Or just pull what Blake used to do. So Blake used to just have a green screen. So he just pull up the green screen and then have the tanks. And the thing is, it looks super realistic. Like you'd get comments, like people asking like, oh, hey, what's in the tank behind you? And you'd like, oh, just to preface, I'm not actually in front of it. It's a green screen.
To be honest, it was a lot better because in real life, the tanks are so dark from the contrast that you can't even really see what's in them. So the green screen actually worked better because you could see the fish. So.
Are you in front of a green screen?
Not now, no.
Oh, no. I was going to say, far out.
Yeah. You saw me walk to the door before.
No, in the old Blake actually doesn't have a fish room. He just pays someone like in like Canada or something just to like maintain this like immaculate thing.
Yeah, I've got a green screen.
Welcome into the fish room.
I'm just in a fully green room. He just has like a
few props, so it looks like he's actually there, just like fish food like nearby. And he's like, oh, let me show you this.
Yeah. Nah, in the old fish room, when I set up the fish room, I didn't make video, so I had this like teeny tiny little box in the back corner. So I obviously had nothing behind me. So I just put a green screen up and then took a video like normally in the fish room. And yeah.
What about, I could join on my phone and I could walk downstairs with my phone to show you the rainbow fish tank.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You can do that.
I don't know if we didn't really discuss like how long we're going to go for or not. I'm crazy. Yeah, whichever. Otherwise.
I'm crazy as well.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, I'm in front of a green screen showing my own fishing. But yeah, it was convenient for things like the 8-foot and all that, like where really outside of the frame of the actual tank, it looked pretty bad. You just see like foil insulation and stuff. And, but this view here, like when I made that video about all the mess and all that, I couldn't physically get this because my computer is now like pushed way, way, way up. Like, whoop, wrong way. Like,
whoa.
So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's a zoom out and a half. Jeez.
So the Saratoga's in there.
Oh, I was so tempted to get one yesterday because I was fully ready for it. The intention of going to my local fish store was like, I'm getting a Saratoga. I was tempted to get 2 Saratogas, but the issue is they were so small and I don't really have any tank to grow it out in, and I couldn't really put it in the 5-foot because it'd be Chelsea a snack. So, yeah, it was just like the pain that I felt walking out of the fish store without a Saratoga in my hands was immense. But I got some Bozeman eye rainbows, so that's like, and I got 10, so happy dream fish.
All right, I've got Kaity Uber here. I'll bring one up and remove one maybe, so we don't get double audio.
Sounds
you
good.
just tell me when to go, and I'll do it.
You can. Oh, I wonder if I can do this landscape. Hopefully, I can. I'll head downstairs. All right, you can swap it.
Let me see how it looks. Is it?
I
left my sound on the computer. Cool. All right, I'll show you the rainbow fish.
Sweet.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Hang on.
Oh, we should have trolled her and said no.
I can't hear anything. Oh, I know why. Hang on.
Turn off your volume. Do your 3 panelists have YouTube channels?
Okay, can you guys hear me?
In the description, mate. Yep, we can hear you.
Hang on.
Yep. Craig? Oh, good
I can't hear anything.
We can hear you.
Okay, I can't hear you, but I'll just quickly show you.
All right. I'll talk through the gaps.
Okay.
This is going to be impossible.
So I haven't. I apologize if I talk over anyone right now. I haven't showed this tank yet, but I'm really excited to show it. So I'll just give you a little look at it. So
This is the scape that Jason from Australian Biotopes did. So
Oh my
he
god.
built it up here for me and put some veil in. He did that like little extra bit yesterday. And then this is like melted a little bit. It did look really good originally, but it's kind of got to like, I guess, get adapted to being in the tank. And then he like did all these like really nice roots and stuff. And like I've got a bunch of the native rainbow fish in here too. So some of them are from Jason, like he actually just brought them for me. And then we've got some glass fish as well in here, which are the ones that we caught from the creek a couple of weeks ago. And then Jason also brought me some of the crimson spotted rainbow fish too. So hopefully that gives you a bit of a look. I'll go around this side too. Like it's so amazing.
Oh
I'm
my
going to do
god,
like a
that
proper
looks
video
amazing.
on it. I'm really excited to do like the proper video because it looks like really, really awesome. But yeah, anyways, I won't take up too much time on that. I will hop back upstairs so I can hear everyone again. And
I'm super jealous.
I'll swap them over. Oh, she was talking. Anyway, I'll swap them over. I'll wait till she sits down, maybe. There we go. All right, she's back in.
All right, I'm back.
Kaity, the whole screen was black the entire time.
No, it wasn't. I could see it. Was that okay?
That was amazing. Oh, that tank looks fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
That is.
Yeah, he's done such a good job. Like, I'll do like a good quality video of it so you can see it properly and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I love the like change in substrates as well, because you've got like the big rock and then like gravel and then sand. Is it like coarse sand?
Yes. So like Jason is really good with that stuff because he just studies it. Like he goes out and he takes videos and photos and really looks at everything and how it is in the ecosystem naturally. And so part of what he does is he'll like make it like an actual river. So he'll get bigger like gravel, then like medium grade gravel, like fine sand and stuff. And he'll literally like place the bigger gravel behind like boulders and stuff because that's where it gets like caught in a river. And so he makes it like look really natural. It was so amazing watching him do it all. Like so cool.
And that main driftwood, is that a single piece or is it like multiple pieces that have
that is a single piece
together?
Like just an incredible piece of driftwood.
Oh,
There's like boulders in there that are like that big. Like it's so cool.
Yeah. And was there anything like on the? Oh, this will all be in the video. I've just got so many questions about it, but I'll wait until I see the video. It looks so amazing, and especially when you showed like the whole like end view, like from the side panel, like all the way down. That looked wild.
Yeah, he's made it look like a scape, even from the end, like from every place that you've it looks like a scape. So good.
Yeah. Oh, we can hear Layla in the background. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't close the door. Let me just close the door.
No, leave it. It's fine. She's all good.
Oh yeah, someone else just said we can see Layla or hear Layla in the background.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh, there was some questions. Aprilla just asked, any tips for cleaning spiderwood even after a boil? If you mean like fungus, spiderwood is just, it's inevitable. Like you put spiderwood in the tank, you boil it, let it like whatever, it'll get that fungus across it. And that's just like a little layer of like bark or something that it will just like rot off. It's just inevitable. You could put like some shrimp in there if you want, they'll eat it, or some snails, or you just have to manually remove it, but it'll stay there and it should clear itself off.
Yep, spot on. If it was like somehow collected and had bark on it, you can use a wire brush as well to sort of brush it down. Do you typically remove? Nah, just leave it. Something that'll eat it.
Yeah. There's another question. My rainbow fish aren't eating too much, and I thought they ate a lot. How do you entice them to eat? I would go for like live foods, brine shrimp, or like worms.
The thing about rainbows are they're not going to eat anything once it goes past the top third of the aquarium. So if you're feeding like sinking foods, swap to something that's going to float, then they'll be more likely to eat it. Or say smash flakes and all that stuff. Mosquito larvae is good because it'll stay high up in the water column, that sort of gear.
Yeah.
I found that mine too, like if they weren't wanting to eat like the pellets, like just flake food, so fluval bug bites, I find like all fish love those so much. Just putting like some flakes, like what you said, that'll like more be at the top of the water column, And then I've managed to get mine to eat like sinking pellets as well, but they'll only eat them as they're sinking normally. Like once it gets to the bottom, then they don't want to eat them.
Yeah, you got to have a good little team of Corys or something to clean up everything that gets past them.
Oh, and Brad, Blake, this is a question we in Victoria can relate to. Can we talk about how overpriced driftwood here is in Australia?
The 8 foot has like 5 pieces of wood in there. Me and Bodgie we went to New Life K2 where they sell all the hardscape and all that. We like sectioned out an 8 foot space on the ground right in the middle of the aisle, but luckily there was not many people at the time. And I don't know if I should really say how much it was, but they were pretty big. To fill the 8 foot, it was like $400 or $500 or something of wood. That's just that hurt a lot. I only did it because I just sold that same amount of fish that day.
Yeah, but it was like we were there for like 10 minutes just like looking at the pieces of wood, and we were like, oh, how would this really fit in the tank? And I was just like, you know what, full send, take all the wood off, put it on the floor, scape it on the floor. They're not going to say anything.
Yeah, there was a slight bit of peer pressure too. If I was by myself, I probably would have bought half of it and then gone back 3 weeks later and bought the other half.
Ooh, that's the thing that I struggle with too. Like if I'm scaping, I just can't get it right. Like, and it's like the harder you try, the worse it gets. Like, I'll like do something and then I'll take it apart or try and make it better, but I can't get it to look better. So like it was so crazy seeing Jason do it because he just places stuff. Like he just does it once and it looks good and that's it. So he does it so quickly. Like,
I think it's like understanding how the fish are going to interact with their environment, or like predicting how that might evolve. Because it's like one of the biggest things I learned with my lungfish is no matter what you put in the tank, it's not going to be in the place that you put it 2 months down the line, because that fish will move like rocks around if it can. So like yesterday, I had to take out some driftwood because I was catching some fish out. Put the wood all in, and so like the 2 big pieces, so like this one and this one here, they're like a solid couple of kilos each, so he's not moving them. But all of these rocks aren't where they started off with, and then there's some like pretty large pieces that weigh like a kilo or kilo or 2 each in the back, and I put those in a position yesterday, and this morning they're completely toppled over. He's tunneled out all of the sand, and he's created like a little tunnel for himself, and on this end of the tank there's no sand whatsoever. It's just glass, because he spends a lot of his time here on this half of the tank, and he'll go up and down the glass and just push all the sand across. And it's like, this fish, the tank's his, not mine.
Got a question from Aprilia about baby brine shrimp and how often you should feed it. So I feed baby brine shrimp in here every single day. I hatch, 2 liters. And the only downside I find is that fish, they could, like, if they feed exclusively baby brine, they might not take to other prepared foods, but I don't really find that to be the case. The other downside is that you can get hydra all the time. If you've never had hydra, it's a real pain. But other than that, I just feed it every day. It's the best.
Should I try and feed him to like entice him to come out?
Yeah, why not? That was one thing I was thinking about for the Chris Kringle, Kaity. I was going to get you a little baby brine shrimp hatchery, but I didn't know if you already had one or not.
No, I actually don't have one. Yeah, that also would have been a good gift.
I'm
a practical guy. I always think of like useful things.
Yeah, and I'm just like trying to buy plus size plushies. It's just the whole idea was to get something that would be so like comically large that Lauren couldn't fit it anywhere in her house within the budget. And the thing is, on the website, they were like, these are like pillows. They're like 2 feet long. They're going to be huge. And that looks like it's 60 centimeters long, but I guess I was just not right about the size. But it's good. All right, I'm going to give him, on today's feeding, we've got some Dimax Massivore Achieve. Open this and your fish room will smell like lasagna for an hour.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
I like it though. I quite enjoy the smell compared to like other fish foods. This is a pleasant aroma.
Is that a what's it called? A catfish? What's the word? The one with the
a tandanus?
Yeah, there's like
Eeltail catfish. It's a native. Yeah. Wait, let me turn off the ring light so you guys can actually. Hey.
One in Nick's video, like in the rainbow fish one. His friend with the GoPro. Did you see
when
that?
When it went zoomed past. Yeah.
Yeah, it's past. It was really dark. Is that what that is?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
They're so cool.
I've only got one. I'd like to get a lot more. Like ideally, like a group of 3 or 4. And you know, there's like actually different types of eeltail catfish as well. So there's like a gold one, like a black one as well. There's so many different like color variations.
That's what we saw was a black one because your one looks a bit lighter. Yeah,
so I believe that's the Atta, or it's like I can't remember the full Latin name, but it's like the Atta black eeltail catfish. He will smell the food.
I couldn't believe that he actually got that on camera. I thought that he was joking, like, or just like exaggerating it. Like when he came out of the water and he was like, "Oh my gosh, like there's this huge like black fish in the water that I saw." It was probably like a piece of driftwood. But it's actually on camera, zooming past.
Yeah, it's just like, and the thing is, like when you're underwater and you have limited visibility, everything just looks like terrifying, and you can't really see. Yeah, it's just a different experience. Also, yesterday, one of the I didn't know silver dollars could jump as high as they did, but when I was taking the driftwood out, one of the silver dollars got spooked, and it cleared out of the tank and landed about 2 feet away, like on the other side of the room. And so now it's got like a little scratch on its head, but it should heal up fine.
Yeah, they're built like torpedoes.
They are.
Or built like discus or whatever. Like an actual discus, not a discus fish. Like Olympics discus. Couple questions here while you're doing a feeding, Bodgie. I want to talk about cow juice.
Neo might come out later. So
cow juice. It was super fun hanging out yesterday with you in Rio's stream. Good to see you. Thanks for swinging by. JHW. When making a spawning mop with 100% acrylic yarn, some people say boil them up, others say no. I never do. I just drop it in. Yeah, I just squeeze out the air because it'll float. Other than that, just drop it in. No problem. Aprilia, I use frozen bloodworms and another worm, just blanked on the name. They tear them up, they're a bit smaller than bloodworm. Maybe a tube effects worm. It's quite interesting. Like bloodworms are not actually worms. Whoop, I'm like there. And anyway.
They're larvae, right?
Yeah. They're midge larvae, I think.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, some people get allergic reactions to them.
Yeah. I know a lot of shops, they can't feed them. That's why they feed blackworms instead, because the staff are allergic.
They smell like citrus, though. Bloodworms. I'm just putting it out there.
Bodgie
they have a very citrusy aroma.
Really?
It was an accident.
It wasn't an accident. What's your favorite better food? And is your favorite a pellet or flake? I've used the Cream Cup Extreme Flakes, and my better will only eat pellets. Yeah, I don't feed a lot of flakes, to be honest. I rarely. I fed flakes yesterday just by coincidence, but I probably hadn't fed them for like a month. I pretty much only feed pellets.
Question for Lauren on that topic. With your tanks, do you primarily feed like frozen pellets or flakes to your fish?
To saltwater, do you mean?
Yeah, to the saltwater. Sorry.
Have you heard of DRP food?
Yep.
I actually feed that to like my koi, freshwater, everything. And then with the 6-foot tank, I feed like a big sheet of seaweed. I'm sure I'm overfeeding them, but they always look so hungry, and I'd rather them be so chunky and happy and give them
Joyce
yeah, that's the stuff.
He's a chunky monkey.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's I love that stuff. All my
I'm pretty much the same. These days, like 90% of the time I'm feeding DRP. This is the 3, so the Bashirs get this and bigger cichlids and stuff. But the other one that I feed is Vitalis. I like how it's really soft.
I switch between Extreme and Vitalis, but the reason I am quite fond of Vitalis, and I've got so this is one of them. These are like the Pleco pellets. Yeah, and that's the tropical pellets. But the reason I quite like, for example, like the pleco pellets, I'll feed to everything, including the lungfish. This is like the first food that I fed him that he like readily accepted. But like typically pleco wafers, like that's going to be hard, right? But I can do that, and I can just like snap it in half, make it into like a powder if I want to, and it's good on the fish, especially for like African cichlids as well, because they won't like bloat up after they eat like a hard pellet, for example, because the hard pellet will start to absorb water and like swell up in their stomach, whereas this stuff, it's soft. And a lot of basically all the public aquariums, like the sea life public aquariums, will exclusively use Vitalis pellets for all their fish. So I'm like, if a public aquarium is using them, I'll use them.
And what aroma does the Vitalis have? I'm just thinking like this lasagna. Maybe when I have people come over, I might waft that food around so it sounds like being flavored.
Have you ever used like the New Life Spectrum foods? Vitalis has a very medicinal smell. It smells like the New Life. Yeah, it's got a New Life Spectrum smell, but I feel like,
I don't know what medicine you're having. Just smells like
it has like a. Not like the pleco wafers have that, but it's a very New Life Spectrum smell, but it's a very pungent aroma as well.
You go and getting a spoonful of loam for if you got a cold. He is right though with the
yeah.
Like I got a heap of that Dymac stuff as well from the expo, and so there's 50 aquariums in here, and I fed every single aquarium with it when I got back because I was really excited. The next day, just with all the garlic, like I had to get a broom and sweep nonnas out of here because they were just coming in here.
No, but here's the thing: it'd be like the perfect thing to have, like when you've got like guests over or something, because you just cook something. You probably put no garlic in it, but just like crack the food open like an hour before anyone comes, and they'll be like, "Oh, your house smells wonderful."
Yeah.
It's good.
Kaity.
Everything eats it, and it's like there is sort of benefits to garlic about the probiotics and things like that. So I'm no doubt that it's a good food, but just I limit it to like 5 tanks per day because otherwise it's like garlic soup in here because it's so humid and everything. Yeah. Actually, that's a good segue. Naz asked about coolers in Melbourne. I don't know if you're fresh or salt, Naz, but I don't run any chillers, to be honest. The whole room's pretty hot. Like in here, it's probably like 28 degrees right now and like 50% humidity. But I don't cool anything down. I just open the door, or I have a pedestal fan here just to kind of make it more comfortable. But that's about it.
On the hottest of days, my fish room will reach about 27 degrees tops. It doesn't generally get more than that, but it swings between like 22 degrees to 27, but the average is 24. So like most days it'll be like a stable 24, which is why I love sitting in here. But quickly though, Kaity, food suggestion for you, which I'm sure you might like, is the Insectivore FD tablets. I'm not sure if you already have them, but you can like stick them on your glass and they just stay there. And it's really good food for like the rainbow fish to like pick on.
Yeah.
I could probably stick one up here just whilst we're talking, and the fish will just like chip away at it. But yeah, so if I just that's the Apple Watch. It's waterproof. It'll be fun. So if I
just while I remember, I do have aquarium fans on the axolotl tank though, just to keep it cooler. So it evaporatively cools them, but the tank is like half evaporated by water change day, but it does do a good job of cooling it down. So they stay around 22, 24.
You'll see them picking at it over there.
How cool. That's what I want to try to do with the blackworms too.
Yeah, the blackworms will be perfect for that. But if I just move you up close near my head, so like it's really great because I actually use it in like fry tanks as well, because it breaks up in like such like tiny little bits, and like no matter the fish size, they'll enjoy it. So if you've got like a giant flagtail crotchlot, like your banded leperinus, they'll love that because they've got like that sort of like big lip raspy mouth, so they'll just like constantly pick at it.
Yeah. The only downside is if you don't like the tabs, you can't really break them up. They're pretty big. Yeah. And if you don't have enough fish, like if you just got a few, and it does slough off some red dust underneath where you've stuck it. So I only use them in like tanks with lots of fish.
Mm.
But there's some good options for stuff to stick on the glass now. There's also what was this again? Vitalis.
Vitalis, yeah. And they have a little suction cup.
They have these ones that are like little donut kind of things you stick on the glass.
Interesting.
I don't know. But I just stick black worms to the glass because it's just as easy. And you can sort of break it up. Like if you only have 3 or 4 fish, or like with the macrostoma, I'll only break that cube like into quarters or whatever, and then I'll just stick that on the glass. I don't know.
Mm.
You know how you're talking about? Oh, sorry.
You go.
Leaving forks because you've had cucumbers.
Sure.
So mine in the saltwater side of things is mussels. So mussel shells. So I put that whole thing in, and then end up with like a nice bed of mussel shells, which actually freaks me out because you know how it's kind of the inside of a mussel shell is like that. I don't know.
Mother of pearl stuff.
Yeah, that sort of look, which can look like the side of a fish. So and it's on the floor. So sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, what's that? Like when I'm half asleep and I'm like, oh, it's just a mussel shell. I really need to get them out. But they're my thing that I end up having lots at the bottom because it's so far to get my hand down to the bottom to take them all out. So yeah.
Can you just leave them in there too? Like will they just like slowly dissolve over time or probably
I don't know. Very
they'll
long
probably
time.
just like add to your they'll
Calcium.
have like a little bit of the benefit to your calcium and like alkalinity and just like keep it buffered because it's almost like aragonite or like crushed coral sand.
Exactly.
But on that, so like in this tank, when I first put substrate in, it was almost a similar substrate to what Kaity has in the rainbow fish tank. It's a very like sort of orangey brown natural like desert river sand. And in the tank, like before, when I had a couple of other fish, like big cichlids and stuff, there would be a population of about like a couple of thousand Malaysian trumpet snails that would live under the substrate. And at night, you'd see just like thousands of snails like on the glass everywhere.
Yeah.
The lungfish went in. A month later, the sand looked like it had crushed coral mixed into it because he crushed everything. He would like you would hear him just through the course of the whole day, just going crunch, 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 and it would just be him demolishing through snails. And I got like to a point where I got worried, like he's going to overdose himself on snails or like just eat a snail and not like chew it properly. But now the sand is just littered with like little tiny fragments of shells of just like his digested snail corpses. And I'm like, all right, that's great. So I can't keep him with snails or any inverts for that matter of fact.
Couple of things here. Brad asked about mold condensation. Actually, Kaity, you probably have more humidity than me, maybe. Like with the open top?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
How do you deal with that?
Like she lives in Queensland.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Oh,
well, I
yeah.
haven't had anything, and I haven't had any issues with like mold or anything.
Okay.
In summer, I will lose probably like an inch of water like a week, I would say. And probably like not quite as much in winter. But other than that, like I haven't had any problems with it. But I will put the aircon on like most of the time when I'm home in summer as well. But it's weird. Like I actually found that I think that the fish tanks like cool the room down a little bit. Like when I walk in from outside, even if I haven't had the aircon on, it just feels a bit cooler inside. But it doesn't necessarily feel humid for some reason. So
okay. Oh, okay, that's good. For me, I have a dehumidifier in the corner. Otherwise, before I got that, it was like 70% humidity in here, and I hated it. It was the worst.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
I may
you
need
just
to
couldn't
look
do
into
it.
that. Yeah.
So that's good. And then saw this suggestion, Bodgie, which I quite like for a few video for you. Said you should do a smell review of fish foods. Maybe we could do like you know how people have those like cardboard boxes like guess the drink, and you got to dip.
Yeah.
You can do that, but with foods, maybe.
Yeah, food brands.
Right, that's a bit medicinal. But
It was the Pleco. Do you want to smell it? Come over and smell the Pleco wafers.
Great to meet you too, Naz. Appreciated that. Miss Shell, you haven't missed us yet. We're here in real time, but I don't know. We're probably we're we're nearly at 2 hours, so that's pretty crazy. So Christmas Eve, I'm sure everyone has stuff to do. Yeah. I don't want to overstep my mark, or we might never get these people back. So.
No, I'm having a good time.
Me too. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming on. That's been great. Will the aircon dry feature work the same? I think so. I think if you have a split system, that is actually a dehumidifier as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure aircons do that. Like they dehumidify the air.
Yep. Yeah. Eventually, I want to get a little split system in here, but I just don't have the funds right now to do that. Too busy spending way too much money on driftwood.
The new fish room, actually, I've got so like the house that we're building. I say we, my parents' building, but the like across the whole house, you can have like zones for heating and cooling. So the fish room is on its own individual zone, meaning I can control the temperature exclusively to that room. I've gotten like so full out like with this room. I'm so keen for it. Like all the PowerPoints like elevated up from the floor, so they're like almost like near stand level, like halfway. They're about like 1.5 feet off the ground. Yeah, the lighting. I'm keen.
So good.
On that as well, I was thinking before, Kaity, when you were talking about Jason and scaping and how it's not quite right. Like for that reason, I think I just have down the side of my house, it's a disaster zone because I have all of these piles, like a pile of Seriostone, a pile of Dragonstone, a pile of bogwood, a pile of spiderwood or whatever, and it's full of spiders. But you need a big overflow, I think, of hardscape. You just need bulk hardscape, and I was lucky one time I got a 4-foot tank, and it was an old saltwater tank, and I got like these huge styrofoam boxes full of base rock and holy rock and all that. So I was like, that did a great job. So I've been using that in most tanks as well.
Yeah.
Gumtree is the best place for hardscape and all of that.
Yeah, and you just compile it over time too. Like from tanks that you've taken down and stuff, if you hold on to it, it's so worth it because like then you normally come back to it, I find.
Oh, for sure. Merry Christmas, Richie. It was good to meet you as well at the expo. Appreciate that. Yeah. Anything else? I don't know. We might have run out of stuff. Last chance for a question if anyone has any burning questions. I think it's been a good time. I don't know. I've run out of stuff to say, which is unusual.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Christmas shopping now.
Yeah. Yeah, better go battle the shops and try and find a car park and all that sort of thing. I better go, save my wife from all the kids being rat bags and all of that sort of stuff.
Oh, is anyone actually going anywhere for Christmas or like doing anything over the next like couple of weeks?
No, I'm pretty lucky. My family all live within sort of driving distance for me, so I'm not going anywhere.
Sweet. Yeah. Oh, good as. Sweet.
Rice fish tanks are going good. I've got a whole bunch of fry now. Raphael, the USB air pumps just on eBay, I use them. I found them to be fine. I think they're all the same. They all come out of the same factory anyway, most of them.
Children.
Last 3 you bought from eBay have died in less than a month. Be mindful. I found with those USB ones, they don't like any back pressure at all. So don't put a tap on them. You just got to use them fully open, if that makes sense. So anytime I've closed them off, the little diaphragm or whatever has died in them. Cool. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. Really appreciate an hour and 45 of your time. Everybody, all their links are down below, and I think people have been helping me to post them out. Check them out. Some good Aussies to keep you occupied over this summer. Other than that, happy fish keeping. Thanks all for coming. And
I'll see you guys all in the Easter stream.
Yeah, it sounds good. All right. Cheers.
All right.